Well, hello. Well, today I would like to talk to you about the articles, the definite and the indefinite article, okay? Well, let's begin nice and simple, all right? I'm gonna write a little something on the board and I want you to pay attention, okay? So here we go. First, I'm gonna write the obvious. I'm gonna write the boy. Now you understand that a boy is masculine, right? It's a boy. You also understand that in Spanish, when you want to emphasize the masculine gender, you use O, the letter O. But I told you, and you must remember that now, when you want to be certain about the gender of the noun, you look at the article in the front of it. That's how you find the right clue. Watch this. So, anyway, we understand that Chico means boy, right? Well, okay, the O is going to tell you that you've got the masculine going on here. But don't always trust it. Look, what I want you to look at is what you put in the front of the noun. The definite article, the boy. In Spanish is going to be el chico. Okay? E-L. You see that? It makes the sound L, and that's the boy. Right? So that's for the masculine singular. Now, what if you want to say the boys? You see, in English it's going to be the same. So let me write it down so that you can see for yourself and you have a visual on it, okay? El Chico is going to translate as the boy. We're looking good so far, okay? Now look at this. Now I'm going for the plural. So the L, E-L, is going to become los. It's going to be los, and then I go right along with my Chico. I rewrite the O to mark the masculine. Here comes my O. But then watch. I add S to it. Why? To make the quantity show. I'm saying the boys. So what's happening here is that the definite article that you got here is going to agree, all right, with the noun. In gender, you see the O for the masculine, and quantity, the S. So, now we're going to write a translation in English so that you can relate to it. Alright, so now you're saying the boys. Now I want you to compare both languages here because it's very interesting to see what happens. It will allow you to understand it better. Alright, in English, whether you say the boy or the boys, your article remains the same. It's going to be the. Okay? You don't take into account the quantities. In Spanish, you have to. You must. It's more precise. In Spanish, you're going to say el for chico, because there's only one. And you're going to say los for chicos, because you got more than one. You understand? Okay. Now, what you must remember too is that you have the feminine. You need to apply the feminine as well. This is how you do it. Check it out. So we got the boy, now we're going to talk about the girl. I told you we were going to start easy, okay? So, the girl is going to be la, alright? And then chica. So what's happening here is that instead of writing down the O to mark the masculine, I'm going for A ending, right? So that I get my feminine. But I told you before, and be careful now, you must look first at the article in the front of the noun. La. La is the feminine, okay? What you must understand is that the article itself is going to act almost like an adjective. It's going to have to agree with the noun, both in quantity and gender, okay? So, let's write it down so that we have a big picture of the whole thing here. So, la chica is going to be the girl, alright? Now, that's interesting. Now, we have a feminine going on here. And as you can see, it remains the same in English. It's still going to be the. Yes. Which makes English very interesting, actually. Some people will say it's a lazy language because it's all the same. Some people like me will say it's a very efficient language because it gets to the point quickly. So you get more said. It's a better communication tool. That's just my point of view now, okay? Alright. So, now watch this. Now I want to talk about the girls. Add more girls, right? I have one girl here. La chica, the girl. Now I want to say the girls. In Spanish, what you do you take la and you add an s to it. And of course, I told you the noun chica is going to have to reflect. It's going to have to reflect the gender and the quantity. So if you say las chicas, well, guess what? The s from chicas is going to have to show right here at the end of chica. And therefore you end up with las chicas. Now, you have said to me, the girls. Now let's write the translation in English, just to look at it, just a visual, it always helps. Okay, so now what you got here is the girls, okay? Alright, what we're looking at here is what we call the definite article. Okay, watch this. Okay, whether you say the boy, the boys, the girls, or the girls in English, it's always going to be T-H-E. Can't go wrong with that. That's English. Good. Alright, so you don't really take the gender into account in English, but what you do take into account is, of course, the quantity. If you want to emphasize the fact that you got more than one, you add the s to the noun. Alright? You see? Boy, boys, girl, girls. Now remember that in Spanish now, you're going to have to look at two things, okay? The gender, whether it's masculine or feminine, and the quantity. So the boy, I repeat, check it out. Repeat after me. El chico. Come on, you can do better than that. Alright, one more time. And wake yourself up now. Alright. El chico. The cha-cha-cha sound like muchacho. You understand what I'm saying? Make it sound, you have to feel it. Alright, now we're going into the plural. I want you to say it right, okay? Don't disappoint me. You ready? Los chicos. Okay? Now we're going into the feminine. You want to say the girl is going to be, are you ready for this one? La chica. Don't you come up with le chique. We're speaking Spanish here. We're not going into anything close to Spanglish. I've seen that over the years. I don't want to see it again. It's cute, but it defeats the purpose. We're learning Spanish, not Spanglish. So get away from Spanglish. Learn how to speak. The sound. Get the sound right. So repeat after me one more time. Okay? La chica. Okay, that's good. That's good. Alright, now let's go into the plural. Las chicas. Okay? Everything that you're gonna see in Spanish is gonna have to be said out loud. Okay? So that does it for the definite article. Now, I want to show you what happens with the indefinite article. Okay? Alright. It's actually quite simple. It's kind of the same idea. Let me erase this and let's just go ahead and go through the indefinites that you can see for yourself. Okay? Alright. So, now, what is important here is that you do not overwhelm yourself with the concept, okay? I know, you speak English from the get-go and you're used to speaking English. And you don't really have that notion about the gender. That's okay. We're gonna go slowly and you're gonna get used to it. Before you know it, it will be like a reflex. And that's really what I want it to be. I want it to be a reflex. So, we're still getting started here. So we're going to go nice and easy. Now watch this. Alright. Earlier, I talked about the definite article, and I said, the boy. Now, I'm going to say a boy. Okay? Watch this. Still masculine, singular. Now, this is how you say a. It's going to be un. U-N. Remember the U sound with the U? U. Right, that's right. Okay, so you say un, and then you go for the boy, which is going to be same thing, chico. Right? Now, be careful here, because you're not going to have an O in the front of un. It remains without the O. You're saying a boy, okay? Translation, a boy. Alright, I'm not going to ask you to repeat that. You obviously know English, okay? Alright, so, here we go. Let's write it down. A boy, okay? Alright, now, when I go from a boy and I add the quantity to the boy, here, guess what? It's going to become some boys. So in Spanish, what you're going to do, you're going to add OS to un. So it's going to become UNOS, like this. Watch. Okay. So, un, U, N, okay. And then, of course, O and S to add the quantity to it. The crazy thing here is that you started without the O, with a singular here, and then all of a sudden you add the O. Comes out of nowhere. You gotta remember that though, because that's tricky. When I was your age, I used to make the mistake all the time. Then I learned with time by practicing. So practice is going to be the essence here, so watch me. Okay, now what we're saying here is some boys. How are you gonna do this? Well, simply, right? You take the noun, boy, okay, and you're gonna add an S to it. And in Spanish it's gonna become chicos. So what you're saying here is unos chicos. You understand? Alright, let me write down the translation for you, just so that you can see, you can clear your mind of any kind of confusion here. The visual help is the best help you can have, okay? Use your eyes to see, use your ears to hear, okay? That's the way it goes. Alright, so here's what you got now. You're gonna say some, alright? Boys. Very good. So, what have I done here? I've gone from singular to plural. Singular with un chico to plural with unos chicos. That's for the masculine. Now watch what happens with the feminine. Okay, so we're gonna talk about the girl. Okay, we're gonna say a girl. How do we say a girl? It's very simple. Alright, it's gonna be the same start as a boy. You're gonna have UN. We're not talking about the United Nations here, okay? We're in Spanish, right? So that's going to be, of course, una. You guessed it right, okay? It's feminine. A for the feminine. Alright, and then that's going to be una chica. Same old, okay? You're just going ahead and adding your A to it. Una chica, okay? And the translation, of course, is going to be a girl. Good. Alright, let me write that down for you so that you get a visual, nice little visual here. That's great. Love it. That's great. Now, let's go into the plural. Now, you want to say, of course, some girls. The same thing. The same situation that you had with the masculine. You're going to add the S to A. Una is going to become unas. Watch. And that's going to be unas. Okay? With the AS. Alright? You have to say that S out loud. You're in Spanish, remember? Very good. So, excuse me. Almost lost my marker here. So here we go. Alright, so you write down the noun, just like you did above, but you add S to A, to the A, which in Spanish is A. Well, you know that. Okay, so that's going to be unas chicas, which is going to translate as, of course, some girls. Okay? Now, I know this may look like some kind of a joke to you guys, okay? Especially if you happen to be in Spanish too. But let me remind you that sometimes the basic skills are the problem. Students have the tendency to forget in the long run, okay? You know, that's a normal behavior for human being, okay? If you don't practice, it goes away. So even though you're in Spanish 2 or Spanish 3, look at this and try to remember it. It won't hurt you. You have any question? All right. Now, let me go and explain to you, I want to explain to you what happens with the adjective. Okay. Now, the adjectives are very interesting in Spanish because they're going to be backwards from what you know in English. Watch this. I'm going to take my time here and I want you to look at it very carefully. It's going to be kind of funny at first, okay? But as you go along with the process, it's going to become like a game. Once you know the rule, you just apply it. Watch this. Okay. Let's say, okay, I want to say the red book. Let's write that in English first. I want you to see this. Okay. In English, you're going to say the, okay, red, okay, book. You get it, right? All right, so let's analyze the situation simply. What is the? The is going to be the definite article. That's what you're dealing with here, okay? The definite article. You understand me? Let's break it down. I want you to see the whole picture, okay? The definite article, nice and easy. I want it to be clear for you, okay? All right, so the definite article is going to be the, which, you know, is very important. You're going to see why. You probably already know why. But anyway, here's what you got next. Red, right here. Red is, of course, going to be, you guessed it right, the adjective. You got your adjective right here, okay? So, we're going to write it down, abbreviation right here, adjective right here. And then, watch this. And then you got book. Book is going to be the noun, okay? You're dealing with the noun here. This is the noun. Okay, so in English first, what's going to come in English first is going to be, of course, the adjective. The adjective comes first, okay? In English. And then, second, you're going to have the noun. The noun comes second. Alright, so let's write it down. Okay, first, right here, you get your adjective. Second, you get the noun. Okay? I know this looks like it's very complicated, but now watch. I'm going to erase this. I'm going to make it a lot simpler for you. Okay? The red book. Okay? That's going to become the book read. I know you think I've lost my mind, but I haven't. Now watch. Okay. Alright, after breaking this down, what I want you to look at is this simple, picture. Alright, visual help. Check it out. So, we are going to talk about the red book again. Okay? So let's translate that in Spanish and see what happens. Let's get straight to the point now. Okay? The application is really what makes the difference here. So, the, okay, red, okay, book. Now, you know that the definite article is going to be either way el or la. Well, you know that book is what? What? No, libro. Libro, L-I-B-R-O, okay? All right, be careful. The letter I in English is going to have the sound E in Spanish. You understand me? Don't forget that. When you get the single L, it's going to be the L sound, okay? So here we go. Let's do it. So you're going to say el. Okay, watch this. El libro, okay? And then you're going to define the color, which is red, okay? That's going to be ro, okay? Rojo. Why? Just get this. Look at what's happening here. Okay, it's going to be rojo because it's masculine. Now watch the picture here. The red. Red happens to be your adjective right here. And it comes in English right before the noun, right? Well, in Spanish, it's going to come after the noun. So in Spanish, the noun is going to come first. What is the noun? It's book. This is the noun right here, book. Alright? So remember, in Spanish, book translates as libro. Okay? So this is very incredible here because you may want to think that it's backward, and I would agree with that to a certain extent. You have to remember, guys, that when you describe an object, I've always questioned myself, why do you want to tell me what the object looks like before telling me what the object is, what it is? In English, you say, the red book. Well, what comes to my mind first is red. Red what? That can be like a million things. And then you tell me that it's a book. Hey, wonderful, right? Now look in Spanish. You're going to say, the book. The book comes first, the object comes first, the noun. And then you're going to define it, you're going to say that it's red. So you're going to say the book red. Now, who's making more sense here? I'm not trying to go for a debate here, but in the Spanish language here, when you look carefully, the noun comes first and then the adjective. Because first you want to know what you're talking about, and then you want to know what it looks like. You're describing it. You're saying, okay, the red book. You see what I'm saying? Now, of course, I love English, It's just like having to drive on the left side of the road. You drive on the other side. So, like I said, in English, you put, of course, the adjective before the noun, okay? And in Spanish, the noun before the adjective. So, I would like to say, in my point of view, of course, it's just mine, okay? That in Spanish, you drive on the right side of the road, and in English, you drive on the left side of the road. Remember? Okay. Anyway, just think about that. Now, anyway, I want you to look at another thing here. The gender itself. We talked about the definite article earlier. Well, guess what? Here it is. You got it right here. El, alright, the, and it's masculine, and that's going to show both, okay, with the noun and the adjective. So in Spanish, it's like going straight through. You got your gender and quantities going through. What if you want to say, alright, you want to say the red books? Same deal. You're going to go from el into los, okay, and then libros, okay. Alright, so you're going to say los libros, and then rojos, okay. So what you're showing here to me is the quantity, alright, with the article, quantity with the noun, quantity with the adjective. And guess what? OS, OS, and OS. It goes all the way through. You understand me? And you do the same thing with the indefinite article. You want to say a red book is going to be un, okay, libro, okay, rojo. So, what you must do here, you must learn, you must sit down in the chair and remember how to say the in Spanish, how to say a and some, okay? So, un libro rojo, right here you have your indefinite article, right here you have your noun, okay? And right here you have your adjective. You're telling me that the book is red, all right? And you're going for un without the o because it's masculine singular. You define the gender of the book, which is O, and then you define the color, which is O as well. Being a boy, being masculine, the masculine gender goes all the way through, okay? Now here today, in class, we talked about some very nice, it's kind of like a bell ringer application type thing, kind of like the kind of thing that I like to do, which is not so much like an introduction to the classroom, but more like a summary of the chapter, if you want to put it that way. And then we just, grow with the principle, the concept, and we just get it. Watch this. Here, today we said, I like the white shoes. You know that the verb to like is gustar. Refer to my video about gustar in the video section, okay? If you forgot what it's like. Just as a quick reminder, gustar means to like, and it takes two types of endings, a or an. And you must add the indirect object pronoun right in the front of the verb. Métele nos os les, okay? And then of course the object that comes after the verb is going to define the ending of gustar, whether it's a or an. If you say I like the book, you're gonna say me gusta el libro. If you say I like the books, you got more than one. So you're gonna go for the plural ending with gustar, and it's gonna be me gustan los libros. Watch this. What we did today, well, we went for the verb gustar, and then we defined clothes. So we talked about the shoes to begin with, and we said, I like the white shoes, okay? Well, we came up with the translation as, me gustan, all right, because it's more than one, los zapatos, all right, blancos. So what we did here, okay, we made sure that the gender was gonna follow through. We're talking about the shoes being white. The shoes are masculine, so los zapatos blancos. OS stretch out all the way through. Stretch out. Alright. Excuse my French. Alright. So here's the catch. Number two. They like the red shirts. So what you're talking about here is the red shirts. There's more than one. It's plural. So you're gonna have to translate that in Spanish. It's gonna have to show. And as far as the gender goes, when you talk about the shirts, you're talking about feminine, a feminine gender. So here is going to be les gustan las camisas rojas. I get the gender going through the whole deal. It's a stretch up. You understand me? It's a chain reaction. I like the red shirts. Alright? And in this case, it's they like. Okay, so les gustan las camisas rojas. Watch. Number three, she likes the green jacket. Okay? Le gusta with the A. Why? Because it's one jacket. La chaqueta verde. Now, when you have an adjective like verde, green, that ends with an E, it's neutral. You can use it in masculine just as much as well as with the feminine, okay? Alright. Like if you want to say the green shoe, okay, you'll say el zapato verde. The green shoes, los zapatos verdes. Okay? Now you want to say the green shirt, la camisa verde. The green shirts, las camisas verdes. Don't forget the S. Alright, we like the yellow pants. Nos. You remember that, right? Indirect object pronoun. Métele nos os les in the form of gustar. Gustan los. We're talking about boys here. Pantalones. Alright? Add the quantities. Amarillos. Yellow. They're boys, and it's more than one. I know you're going to be telling me, why would pants be boys? You know what? I don't know. That's just the way it is in Spanish. Okay? Just like right is right and left is left. You just have to learn it. You have to remember it. Amarillo means yellow. And when you talk about the pants are masculine. That's the problem that you're going to have in Spanish. You're going to have to learn those genders. You're going to get them with practice application. The more exercises we do together, the better off you will be. Remember, practice, that's the essence. Don't be shy, go for it. Okay. The last one that you got here is he likes the blue book. Oh, very good. Third singular, he, alright? Métele, third singular, indirect object pronoun, remember? So, le gusta, and then the blue book, el libro azul. You see? It's a chain reaction. It's beautiful because first of all, you look at gustar, you look at the object after gustar, which defines whether it's A or AN, attached to it, and then you follow through with your article, okay? Right? Either way, el, la, okay, or los, or las. Okay? Now listen, I think I'm gonna call it a day for this video. I'm gonna stop now. And if you got any more questions, you are more than welcome to come and find me after school. I'll help you out, okay? But what I would like you to do is just think about this and replay this video as many times as you need, because it's really gonna help you out. Now, thank you so very much for watching this, and have a great day.